Good morning. You know what time it is.
I'm 5 minutes late. I have excuses. I have a list of excuses. I swear. I cannot
You're
believe
not supposed to give excuses. Just
I
own
cannot believe
it.
that it's been 1 week since I like kind of told you about my thing about being late, and
Oh
1 week
yeah.
later, I'm late.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you were. You were. I just
there are
I
no.
I want to make sure you're good. You good?
I know. I got the message, and I was like, right, yes, that's why. Yeah, the thing after which on Wednesday we do it a little bit earlier for the thing. The thing got canceled yesterday, so I removed it from the calendar. And in my head, oh, okay, so the regular. That's not an excuse. I have no excuse. I take
Wonderful.
blame, even though we have blameless stand up.
That's not. We don't have a blameless stand up. We have a blameless postmortem. So stand
Well,
up. We can point the finger. We can blame all day long.
I'll point one for you, one for me, because it's definitely, yeah. Well, I apologize. Yeah,
It's all
feel
good.
life
It's all.
happens.
It is all good. Well, let's talk about yesterday and today. Yesterday, I did some project work, so work through some Azure DevOps pipeline fun. We all know,
All right.
like Sergey, we all know you hate CI work.
I love that you use the word hate because I
That's how you
thought like
feel.
he's
Yeah,
gonna say he doesn't like it. No, he hates it.
but I got you. Got that knocked out. Hopefully, we're like halfway there on some changes we're making to secure our pipelines. So, it's important to not have your test reports out in the public, and this is the next step in that. Also had my sales coaching session, which was good. A lot of good information, a lot of good things to apply. Those even some talk about what me and you have talked about in the past, like believe in yourself. Like,
Yeah.
believe you can make a sale and you'll make a
Yeah.
sale. You don't believe, you're not going to do it. So
Yeah.
those are things I need to hear and be reminded of. And today I'm grabbing coffee with a guy I used to work with that runs an engineering team that might need some help. And I'm going to go to the Birmingham AI meetup downtown, which is pretty exciting stuff. So it's going to be a lot of networking, but I also got some project work as well. So I'm juggling over here, juggling the ball. I'm sorry.
You
That's
I mean, you're juggling the work,
juggling the work.
projects, and all of the things. But
Oh, yeah.
about believing yourself, it's definitely a thing. And I'm not. I don't think like fake it till you make it applies here because it's very hard to fake in 2026 during like interviews or meetings, and just maybe there are people who just throw buzzwords, AI, I don't know, memory leak.
Well, I mean, you can 100%, fake AI until you make it. I think the problem is you never make it, right? You've heard of the interviews where people will have voice recognition coming in that feeds into a chat GPT or some sort of LLM, and it responds back on what to say. So as a question gets asked, 2 seconds later, your eyes dart over here and you're saying the right words that the LLM tells you to say. You've
Yeah.
heard of this, right?
I actually watched an interview of a person who was just reading. Like I could tell.
They weren't even trying to hide it. They were just reading.
No, they were just reading, and that's interesting because my experience working at the radio station, I remember our editor would always say, and producer there would always say, people hear when you read. So because when you were new to that and you obviously worried before going on air and you just worried, it's like a lot of anxiety because thousands of people
Sure.
will be listening to whatever you're about to say and you don't want to be fool. And you would prepare a script, right? So it would be like, hello, hi everyone. I hope you enjoy the weather. I do enjoy. You know what I mean? Like it's something
Yeah,
like this.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
write something like this, kind of prepared. And I remember first or second of my shows, I read some of the things, and producer called me after the show. He rolled the
They come
tape.
into my office.
Exactly. In the beginning, I would go to their office every day. And I remember I'm sitting in the office and he's like, listen to it. And he just plays the recording. And I just hear myself reading. You really can hear it. You don't even need to look at the person to hear that, they're reading. So, but yeah, now I've seen videos where the AI, like,
Yeah.
so it's literally just right here. It's like invisible screen or something. I'm a huge fan. I'm like probably the biggest fan of I don't know. Meaning that if you don't know something, just say it. Just say it. You don't even know how much you're gonna learn. First of all, you might learn that your coworkers are toxic. No. Oh, here you go. If you say I don't know, and somebody looks down at you like this and ask you, what do you mean you don't know? Just leave. They're horrible people. You don't need them in your life because I don't know, in a healthy environment creates so much good energy. It creates supportive energy, first of all, from your coworkers, right? You might get a one-on-one coaching. You might get mentoring. You might get a lot of resources from people who you told to that you don't know. I remember at one of the interviews, in the beginning, in the early ages of me being in software, somebody asked me, I think it was even a Google interview. They asked me,
A Google interview. You
oh, I
interviewed
had a
with
Google
Google?
interview. Yeah.
What? Okay.
Many years ago.
We need to talk more about that.
I'll tell you more about that later. It was many years ago, I'm telling you.
That was when you were
But-
working for me?
Maybe. Oh, no. That's when I was deciding. It was 2021. 2022, actually. 2021. And so I was asked how to, like, when you go to database, I still don't know the answer. I mean, I remember it. It's just how to, when you get the select, how to get distinct, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I didn't know. And I remember I got a panic mode for 2 seconds. And I was like, no. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to panic
Yeah.
because I don't know something. It's okay not to know something. And I said to a person, I don't know, but I would love to hear it. I would love to learn. I would love to get better. If you don't tell me right now, right after interview, I'm making a note right now to go and get better and learn about this. He told me I didn't get a job.
Yeah.
But I didn't get a job, not because of that, because they decided not to. They closed the position. I just know this through our friend from Google. So, yeah. But I remember that saying I don't know in the healthy environment is the best thing you could possibly do. Even if it's a job interview.
Yeah.
Listen, if Butch and I interviewing somebody, right? Like if we're interviewing, right? And somebody says, I don't know, I will not be, mad at the person at all.
Yeah.
At all.
The next question is, well, do you want to learn?
The next question,
Let's learn together.
my favorite next question, if somebody doesn't know something, is, but what do you think it is? Just to see how the brain has, how brain is going to work, if it's going to find
Yeah.
something based on, the word, the possible meaning of the word, the context. Because sometimes people can guess it, but guess
Yeah,
it
and they might
by-
be right. Yeah.
and it might be right. And honestly, that's gonna be great. So yeah.
Let me tell you about my I don't know moment. This was my first interview at Daxco.
Okay.
My first people interview. The team was interviewing me, and they asked me. It was a database question as well, and I'd been working in a call center. I had queried a database maybe 3 different days for very 10-minute increments. So this the syntax was not in my brain. I didn't have repetitive, but I knew it's like, select whatever star from whatever to do these things. And the guy asked me, he said, hey, here's a table. Here's the columns that are in there. How do I select these different columns and get, all the values out of the table? And I said, I don't know. But I said, could I look that up? Could I Google it? And I had a BlackBerry at the time. That'll tell you something. With the little circle, the little ball in the middle that you click. So he was like, sure, go for it. And I was like, all right. So I started Googling and, in the pressure, Googling on a BlackBerry with a whiteboard trying to write a query. I wrote something, but it was not right. But I told them, like, I don't think this is right, but this is kind of close. And if I were doing this right, I would go read the docs and not, waste your time here in an interview. And I ended up getting that job. I think that was a good thing, though, to say, I don't know. Like, I would give it, here's how I would solve the problem. And I think that stood out. So.
Yeah, and I actually had the same experience. I was working again at that company, and I went to another interview, and that was the first time in my life when I decided not to proceed with the company, even though they told me that I passed the interview. It's when during the interview, it was a technical question, and I did say I don't know. I was like, honestly, I don't know, and I asked, can I Google it? And they're like, no, and I was like, but if I was working right now and writing it, I would Google it and I would make it work. But I was like, can't you see that what I'm trying to say? And they were very not rude or mean, but they're like, no, you cannot Google it. I was like, well, then you don't know how I Google. Like you won't see that, my thought process behind it. And I passed the interview and I did get an invite to the next round, but I said no, because like I got the vibe of like, okay, no, I literally wanted to show you how vulnerable I can be, but also show off, like, use your negative as a positive, or all of that, your weakness as a strong side. And I said no to them. But yeah, the point of this stand-up today, probably us talking about I don't know, and saying I don't know feels good. And again, yeah.
And sometimes you don't get the job. I had a similar, I don't know. It was about, what does CI mean? I'm like, I don't know. We do it. I build Jenkins scripts. Like, I know what the purpose is, but I don't know what it stands for. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think that flunked me out of the interview. That being said, I got to hear your updates for the day.
My updates, I was working on a project yesterday. I'm going to work on a project today. I'm writing automation. I actually like your automation.
Thank you. I saw you also, reviewed your own pull request and merged it in. But I did review your code yesterday, so it was after it was merged.
I can't wait for more than 2 weeks or a week. I just can't, because I work in such a quick, fast pace, and that I work very fast.
I saw what you did. It made sense.
So, but I actually already improved it. So I'm gonna open PR today, and you will see that.
Wonderful.
That will become this. Is going to be very, very neat.
I spent the minimalist amount of hours possible writing that to get something that would work. So it's definitely in need of refactor.
It still works, but now it's gonna it's gonna be better.
Now it's gonna be great. It's gonna be easy to maintain. That's what you're making it. So
it's gonna be extremely easy to maintain, actually. Yeah.
All right.
But
anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you very much. I love you. And sorry for me being late. And but teamwork
makes the dream work. See ya, Sergey.
See ya.